Hi, this is Philip and I just want to show you around my new Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro. It's new for 2020. It was launched in Morocco, I think, around Christmas time, but new in the UK for 2020. You know it's the GT Pro because on the starboard side, on the right hand side of the beak is written GT Pro. If it wasn't for that, you would not know. It's not on the left side either. It's not on the port side, just there on the starboard side. She's not an upgrade from the Tiger 800. She's a completely remake, restyled chassis, restyled engine. Let's just mention the engine. The engine comes with a complete new crank and firing order. It's a T-crank. Basically, if you look, well, on the 800, it was a triple and the firing was even around the 360-degree turn of the crank. But on this one, if you consider a T, you've got the flat top of the T. For that 180 degrees, there's no firing. Then it fires 3 times in the lower half. So in half of the circle, it fires 3 times and then nothing in the other 180 degrees. A T shape, a T crank. They've done that for 2 reasons. The first is to give it a sound. Sounds more like a twin than a triple. And the second is, one of the complaints about the standard triples is that they let you down off-road, that they lack that bit of bite, whereas with the T-crank it gives you that little bit of grunt, that little bit of push to get you through. Now the GT Pro is stacked with electronics, stacked with accessories. As standard, it comes with a quick shifter, apart from pulling away, and when you stop you pull in the clutch. Apart from that, you don't need the clutch, you just use the quick shifter both up and down. At the touch of a button you adjust your pre-damping from rider only, rider plus luggage, rider plus pillion only, and rider plus pillion plus luggage purely at the touch of a button. She's got riding lamps and she has dip and fog. So your options when you're going along are your riding lamp, which is this shaped one here, or your dip and your fogs. She comes standard with a screen, but I've actually taken what they call the Trekker Pack. Now the Trekker Pack comes with your top box. Onto the top box it's got the backrest for your pillion. It comes with this rubber embellishment on your tank. It comes with this uplifter on the screen, and what I've found with this is that the yellow bugs are above my visor on the top of the helmet, and I don't get the bugs dying on my visor. I haven't cleaned my visor since I got the bike 700 miles ago. Then you've got your panniers. There's a thin one for the starboard side because of the exhaust, and twice the size fat one for the port side, so you've got good luggage there as well. There's the quick shifter assembly. You've got this 7-inch TFT screen. Everything is managed from the screen. I might go into the screen a little bit later. I'll just turn it on for you so that you can see it firing up there. In a moment she'll spring into life. There she is. Good afternoon. It says good morning before 12. That's good, isn't it? And I'll do the screen later. I'll just press the home button and it takes you into your modes, into your setups and so on. If I press them, that was the home button there. And you've got a modes button over here that takes you into your various, well, better home it first, takes you into your various riding modes. So you've got rain, oops, modes again, you've got rain, rider, you can set up your own, off-road, sport, and I'll just stick it on road for now while I've got the indicator going. The horn's a little bit of a Postman Pat one. I'm going to sort that out myself by adding some twin 134 decibel horns. What else can I tell you about her? She's got a center stand, Very, very easy to pop her onto the center stand. You don't need to lift your weight up off the ground. You can keep your left foot on the ground while you just press down very gently, and up she goes. Bob's your uncle. A very good side stand. It actually allows the bike to lean. Whoops. Actually allows the bike to lean quite well onto the side stand. One of the disadvantages of the 800 was that the side stand left the bike quite upright. She's chain driven. What else can I tell you about her? Oh yeah, one of the things I do like about this bike, it's very 21st century. If we raise the rear seat, we'll find inside, I'll just put that down, we'll find inside, press down on this, it lifts up, a port for your mobile phone. And so you pop your mobile phone in there, she's plugged in, she's charging, and with the My Triumph app you can connect to the screen and you can run from the screen. You can run your GoPro, you can run your music, you can run the music volume, you can run your phone calls, your text messages, all on the joystick. It really is as simple as that. I've added a few extras to mine. I've added a Scott oiler because I like Scott oilers and it's just brilliant. What else have I added? I've added, oh yeah, upper and lower crash bars. They come powder grey, but I didn't like powder grey, so I've changed them to black. Well, I found on my last bike, the Tiger 800, that after about 3 years you got rust in the joints, so I've had these off as new, a couple of coats of primer and then preparation paint and a couple of coats of top. The fog lamps come as standard, but the crash bars displace them, and the dealership didn't know this, but you need a conversion kit to fit the fog lamps down onto the crash bars. I've also added front and rear cameras. There's the front one, and I've got a split screen device up here and a switch to turn the cameras on and off. And because I do a lot of touring, I've actually added the TomTom mount as well. I'm of the opinion that the navigation that goes through the My Triumph app is probably fine. In fact, I have used it quite successfully, but it only gives you the next junction. So if I'm on a long tour, I will probably want to use a proper sat-nav. So that's about it, I think, for now. Oh yeah, she's a standard. She's got Brembo front brakes, double discs, as you can see. She's got ABS, and she's got ABS cornering as well. She's got traction control, all controllable through your screen. You can turn it off, you can turn it up and down, you can turn it on or off. It's altogether a super bike, a really, really lovely bike. The best Triumph I've ever had. Here you've got your heated front seats switch, your fog lamp switch. This is your cruise control switch. This goes from dip lights to riding lights. That's your mode, that's your indicators, that's your toggle for your screen, and that's your horn. Over here we've got your dead switch. Oh no, that's the one on the top there is four-way flashes. This is your starting and dead switch, and this is your home button for the screen. I think that's probably it. Just a little tutorial on the screen. I've got this set on the 3rd out of 4 modes. The screen is controlled by the home button over here on the starboard side, and by this toggle switch on the port side, which goes left, right, up and down, and you see the tick on it, push it in to select whatever you're doing. So there's the screen. I'm going to press the home button and it takes me to the main menu. There you've got your riding modes, which are Rider, Rain, Sport. sorry, Rhine Raider Road, Sport and Off-Road. The rider mode is the one that you set up yourself, set up your own traction control, set up your own whatever you want. If you really get lost, you can reset to defaults there, look. Let's go back. The next one is the bike setup. You've got your TSA, that's your Triumph, shift assist. Under that should be the indicators. I'm yet to have that put back. Those are software glitch, but you can set the indicators for manual operation, for automatic cancellation, or for auto advanced. And with auto advanced, you just touch it left or right and it flashes 3 times. Hold it slightly and it flashes either 9 times or 56 meters of travel, I think it is. So that's your TSA. You can either enable it or disable it. That's enabled, and that's disabled. I've gone too far. TSA I was on. Next one's traction control. Again, you can enable it or disable it. Tells you when your next service is due. You can select either in miles or in days. And the TES, I forget what TES stands for, somebody will tell me. You've either got modes link, mode, on-road setting or off-road setting. So I've set it to on-road, look. And in the on-road setting, this is your comfort level. Look, I've got it on, well, you've got, oh, go back. See, comfort levels down there, normal. So, and then suspension gets harder and harder, sport level. I've got it sort of just below normal on the comfort level. And then for the off-road setting, I've got it on normal. I don't do much off-road anyway. What else did we have? Let's go back again. Then there's your trip setup. Trip is pretty straightforward. You've got trip 1 and trip 2. That's pretty straightforward. I don't really have to explain that, I'm sure. Your display setup. Your color, I've chosen blue. You can have yellow, green, white. That's your choices. Okay, back to blue. Your brightness. What's happened to brightness? That's color. Right, brightness. I've got it on full brightness. That's during the day. Brightness, this is low. I've got it on full during low as well. This is if you're under a bridge or at night. Your visible trays are the things that you want showing on your screen. I've actually ticked everything. Look, trip meters, fuel status, your tyre pressures, service interval, the colour. What else have we got? Style, contrast, coolant, tachometer, damping, your preload, your volume control, your music, your GoPro, your SMS, your call status, your call history, your sat nav, your intercom with your passenger, back to colour again. So I've got it all displaying on the screen. Your gear shift indicator, running in or user defined. I've got it on user defined. Your language, I've got it set to English. Your units, very useful. Distance, economy, I've got it on miles per miles and miles per gallon. See the tick on the right? If you're going across to Europe or the States, you might want to choose Europe kilometers and the States US miles and US gallons. I think miles are probably the same, it's gallons that are different. It's only 16 fluid ounces to an American gallon. Your temperature, because I'm British, I've got it in centigrade, but if you went to the States you would want it in Fahrenheit. And your pressure, I've got it in pounds per square inch, I think. Yes, I have. See the tick? Or you can have it on bars or kPAs. Where are my units? The clock, obviously setting up your clock if ever you disconnect the battery, or British summertime, and your date for when you set it up. And we're back to where we were, I think. So Bluetooth is connecting to your music, your devices. Notifications is your messaging service. Name, BT, unit. That's about it on that one. Reset to defaults. Let's go back. Okay, well that's about it. That's a brief tour around. I'll go back onto the home screen, and just by flicking on my toggle switch over here, I can change it to see up here it says music volume, music, GoPro, GPS, call history, SMS review, damping, your preload. So I've got it on rider now. See, the next one along is 2 riders. The next one along is 1 rider with luggage. The next one along is 2 riders with luggage. But I've got it set on, here we are. So that's very, very useful. Your damping, I've got it down for comfort. Let's take it up a little bit more actually. SMS review, your call history, your GPS, your GoPro, your music volume, your tachometer, your style. I've got it on style 3. You've got 4 styles. There's style 4, style 3, style 2, style 1. I just liked style 3, and so I select style 3, and I got used to it. What else can I tell you? Well, that's quite a bit of a run around the screen and the settings on the Tiger 900 GT Pro. About time we took her for a ride. Can't wait. Shall we go? I have come to the checkered flag to do this ride. She starts up first time. Bit of a grunt, bit more of a grunt than the Tiger whistle that we had on the 800. The engine's already warm, which is good as I'm coming onto a dual carriageway. Steady as we go. Steady as we go. Is he turning in? He is, he's turning in. Okay, off we go. Slick up through the gears. Slick up through the gears. 2, 3. Whoa, 4. And 5 and 6. On the screen on the left hand side you'll see what's in front of the bike. And on the right hand side you'll see what's behind me. The Tiger 900 range is a lot simpler than before. There are 5 models, none of them with these XC, XR, CX, whatever they were before. You've got the Tiger 900, which is the basic bike, and then you've got 2 road models, which are the GTs, and then 2 off-road models, which are the rallies. So you've got the Tiger 900, the Tiger 900 GT Road, and the 900 GT Pro, which is what I'm on now. And then the off-road models, you've got the Tiger 900 Rally and the Tiger 900 Rally Pro. So basically there's the 900, then the GT and GT Pro, and the Rally and the Rally Pro. Very simple to understand. Shall I pull across, let this guy come in? It's all clear behind. Yep. And what was I saying? Yeah, the uplifter on the screen, which I pointed out before, it comes with the Trekker pack as standard. It's taking the wind up above my visor onto the top of the helmet. I hope my voice is coming over okay above the wind noise and the engine noise. If it's not, then I'll try and modify that as I'm putting the video track together. So, creeping up on this guy and those coming in from the approach road, so again okay to pull across. What I really love about this bike is the center of gravity is lower by 20 millimeters. Now that's a couple of centimeters, which you might think isn't very much, but actually on the bike the center of gravity feels extraordinarily low, feels really, really low down, and that gives you gives me a lot of confidence just pushing the bike around the car park, or to get it in and out of my garage, which is actually a shed. It's so easy. If the bike leans slightly to one side or the other, you don't feel that it's going to plummet to the ground unless you rectify that lean. It just feels so well, I feel so confident in handling and manhandling it around the car parks and that. And on the road, you know, slow manoeuvring is so easy because the centre of gravity is so low. I find it difficult to believe, I don't doubt what it says, but I find it difficult to believe that the engine is only 20 millimetres lower. They've shortened the depth of the sump, so they're able to lower the engine. It's also tilted slightly forward, and it's also positioned slightly forward. And those three things, the lower position, the tilt, and the what was the third thing again? Yeah, she's lower and she's tilted forward. Perhaps it's only two things, but it gives the feeling of huge lower centre of gravity. He's going right at the roundabout. He was signalling right, so I can pass him on the inside on lane 1 because I'm following the A390 signs and going second left at the roundabout. Hey, slicker down through the gears, you hardly feel the adjustment. She's such a smooth bike. Third gear and off we go. There we go. And heading off now towards Lostwithiel and St Austell, but we won't go that far. At East Hap House we'll hang a left and we'll go off towards Plint and Loo on the B road. I forget what the number of the B road is, we'll find it when we get to the junction. Very, very smooth, very, very smooth, slicking up through the gears. I like this bike, I like it very much. This is the Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro, fully stacked. I've got her in road mode and one rider, no luggage, and I've got the suspension heading off down towards comfort. So it's a very comfortable ride indeed. Very comfortable ride indeed. It's a lovely day today, it's warm. I've got my summer mesh suit on, lots of armour in it, mind. The sky is blue, wispy clouds. A lovely, lovely riding day. A lovely, lovely riding day. I'll overtake when I know it's safe. The trouble with the bendy roads is that cars often hide in the bends. So unless I can clearly see not only my exit, but the full track of my travel and the way back in, I just don't bother overtaking. I'm not afraid to overtake, but I'll only overtake when I know it's safe. When I can see the way out, along and back in again. Too often I thought, yeah, I can get by there, and then a car appears out of the bend, you know, was hidden there in the bend. So if I can't see my way right the way across the manoeuvre, I just don't bother. I'm 69 years old and I want to live to ride another day. There we go. It's coming into a 30 zone, I think. I tend to use cruise even on a 30 zone if it's a, you know, quite a long stretch. Yeah, I can't be copped for speeding then. I set it up at about 31 or 32 on the cruise control. The sat nav tells me when it's doing 30, and when the sat nav says it's doing 30, bear in mind the sat nav is getting its speed from 7 satellites. Then the speedometer tells me it's doing about 27, 28. So if I pop her on 31 or 32, then she's doing 30 on the sat nav. And I'm not going to get points on my license. You know, I've never had a point on my license. And passed my test when I was 17. Passed my bike test, started riding when I was 64. And then 5 weeks later I'd done my theory, my CBT, my Mod 1 and Mod 2. So I've just been riding, 5 years? Okay, around we go, and then we're going to head off left towards Palint and Lewin Polperro. Steady as she goes. Up there in second. And she pulls away so smoothly. You feel that, or we can hear rather, that guttural sound. She sounds a bit more like a twin. But she's got the smoothness of a triple. Lovely, lovely ride. Lovely, lovely ride. Yeah, oh, I can't see to get past this guy. Such a twisty road and quite a bit of Emmet traffic. Emmet, we say in Cornwall. Grockles, they say in Devon. And tourists, I think they say in the rest of the country. Yeah, the lockdown is on, but Lewin Polperro are crowded with Emmets at the moment, all ignoring the social distancing rules. But there we are. You either get out and get on. Pretty safe on a bike. Your hands are covered, your head is covered, you're isolated and riding alone on your bike unless you've got a pillion who lives with you. So just trying to find an opportunity to get past. Until then I'll keep my distance so as not to antagonize the van in front, and only pull closer when I'm ready to execute the overtake, and that won't be until I'm safe, until I can see my way out across and back again. The Tiger 900 GT Pro, a lovely, lovely smooth ride. A larger tank than the previous model. This has got a 20-litre tank. Gets you a bit further perhaps, I don't know. Haven't done the, there we go, 4th gear and pull away. Beautiful, beautiful. So smooth that she delivers the power very, very positively, very, very positively indeed. 94 brake horsepower. Very, very positive ride. Very positive acceleration. Very, very smooth. I don't know what this video is going to look like with the my split screen and my front and rear cameras, but I hope it's going to give you some idea of the ride anyway. There. Whoa. Positive power, positive power. Oh, an amazing acceleration. Amazing acceleration. And I've got a smile on my face. I really love this bike. I've only done about 700 miles on her since new. I really love this bike. The delivery is powerful and smooth, you know. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm not on commission, but she is a lovely, lovely bike, I promise you. Very, very lovely bike indeed. Bobs along nicely at 65, 70. Really, really lovely. So smooth. When you want to stick it down to 5th and 4th, well, in fact I haven't been up into 6th on the B road, just cruising along in 5th and 4th. So smooth. Wonderful delivery. There's a very, very safe feeling on this bike. Very, very safe feeling. I don't feel that she's running away with me. I'm feeling full control, which is only right. The gear delivery is smooth. The chain delivery is smooth. I know there are those who hate chain drives, shaft or nothing, but she's a very, very smooth delivery just the same. What else can I tell you? In the cooler weather, flick on the heated seat. It's got a high power and a medium power. You've got the heated grips as well. Touch it once and it comes up on, everything comes up on the screen. That comes up on the screen as red, full power. Touch the button again, it goes down to amber for half power. Perhaps I'm not using any of the heated accessories today because it's a lovely warm day, but I have done, you know, at the moment the weather's changing from day to day pretty much, and it's just lovely to have a warm bum in the cold weather, and warm hands as well. Of course, you've got the wind guards in front of your grips, so you don't get much wind chill. So, what else can I tell you? Get into your dealership, book a test ride. Get into your dealership and book a test ride. Lovely, lovely bike. Lovely, lovely bike. Once you get around these bends, I should be able to get past this guy up front. It's a bit of straight coming up. I've been this way 2 or 3 times before. There we go. A straight stretch coming up. Steady, steady, catch your monkey. And as soon as you get on a straight stretch, you get oncoming traffic. And then there's the brow of the hill coming up. Perhaps I'll have to stay behind this little guy. What's over the brow of the hill? There we go. Slick it up. With the shift assist, you don't even hear the gear change. You pop it down to 4th, give her a bit of beans, and off you go. Stick her up to 5th again. Just super, absolutely super. Love her very much. Hadn't had her long enough to fall in love with her, but I'm getting that way already. She's so responsive. With these Brembo brakes, they are very, very responsive as well, and smooth. And of course you've got the ABS. I haven't had to brake sharply on the bend yet, but it's got corner ABS as well. And the traction control. Whoa. Some traffic lights sign. Roadworks traffic light sign, so take it steady. And what's up here then, I wonder? Temporary roadworks. Temporary roadworks. There we go, we're off. Smooth. You mustn't forget to pull in the clutch when you stop the bike. Because you don't need it, of course, when you're once you're up into the dealership has told me not to use the shift assist between 1st gear and 2nd. You know, use the clutch between 1st and 2nd, but I haven't found a problem. I've read the instructions in the manual. It says just use the clutch for pulling away. After then it's shift assist time. Well, one point on the shift assist, while I'm not using it, I'm tootling along. The shift assist won't work if you pull in the clutch. The shift assist won't work if you're on cruise control, so you've got to knock the cruise control off. If the revs are too low and you're changing it up, it won't allow it. If the revs are too high and you're changing down, it won't allow it. If you're in 1st gear and trying to change down, it won't allow it. If you're in 6th gear and trying to change up, it won't allow it. And all of that's pretty common sense stuff, really. If you're going to use the clutch, the shift assist won't work. Just gently touch the clutch, it won't work. Use your left foot. But if you don't touch the clutch, of course, and you're not outside of sensible rev range, the shift assist is so smooth. A very positive feel, and it works the same as if you were using the clutch. You do it one gear at a time, you know. So if you're in second and you're going up to fourth, shift it up once, relax, shift it up a second time. Pretty common sense. In fact, all the stuff on the bike is innovative. It's pretty common sense. It's all shown on the screen anyway. And I don't know what's happened to the engine sound now. Something strange has happened on the recording. I don't know what. That was strange. Just a glitch on the video camera, I think. There we are. The Tiger 900 GT Pro, the road bike. Mine's in Karosi red. I don't know what Karosi means. You never have a red car or a green car or a blue car, do you? It always has a fancy name. And this is Karosi red. There's something happening to the sound on my video recorder. I'm not really sure what, but it's not affecting the ride in any way. And of course, I've added the front and rear cameras, so it's nothing to do with the bike. It's my own accessory. I've added them because, you know, nowadays you need video evidence, don't you? And it's not only the guy in front, it's also the guy behind. And I can actually touch the screen and or touch the button, rather, a mode button, and just have the front being recorded. But I prefer to have front and rear being recorded. Yeah. Won't be many minutes now before we're in Loo, and then I'll finish this recording. I'll park up in the bike car park there. We're just coming through Palins and into the Loo Polperro junction. It's a lovely part of the world to live in here. Good riding roads. One of the top 10 favourite riding roads isn't far from my front door. You'll find it in the top 10 rides. It's the road from Trulfoot to Palint. Just steady on now. He's turned off there. Just a couple of 100 yards up ahead is the junction. Steady as we go. I'm going to turn left here off to Loo. What's this chap doing? He's heading right by the look of it. So first gear, steady as we go, and it's clear, and off we go. Whee! Up through the gears. Smooth as anything. Out to the centre for a left-hand bend. Pulling into the left. And because the centre of gravity is so low, I feel very confident going into the mouth of the bend, just touching the right handlebar forward and leaning the bike over. I tend to lead my steering with the handlebars, so when I'm doing a right bend I tend to push forward on the right bar. When doing a left bend, just push forward on the left bar and lead the lean with the handlebars. I just find it works very, very smoothly that way. So the leading with the lean, I lead with the steer, and the lean falls in place. In a minute we'll be coming past Tin Creek and then down the hill into Loo, and then turning right into the car park, and I'll finish this little commentary there. All in all, smooth, balanced, confidence, power delivery is without hesitation, steering, because the centre of gravity is nice and low, is with confidence, and I say power delivery again because, you know, when you come to overtake, drop a cog or whatever's appropriate, flick your right wrist and the power delivery is instant, it's positive, it puts a smile on your face. One thing this bike does do is put a smile on my face. I can say that without hesitation. She's a lovely, lovely bike. I feel very confident on her indeed. Some say, well, hang on a minute, you've got a larger tank capacity. Isn't that going to affect the the balance when the tank is full? Well, I haven't noticed any difference. To me, she handles the same, whether the tank is almost empty or whether it's full. I'm on cruise control now, and I've slicked her into third gear. Oh yeah, on the 900 you couldn't use cruise unless you're in fourth gear. This one you can use cruise in third gear. She's in third gear, she's on cruise, doing 30, and even the hill doesn't increase the speed, doesn't drag you away. So if you've preset 30 and then you resume cruise at 45, for argument's sake, it'll just slow you down to 30. Some cruise controls allow you to speed away or increase your speed on a hill. This one doesn't. This one keeps the speed under control, which is good. So we're just coming down towards Millpool car park, and then around the bend, and then we'll see the river going out into the English Channel and over the bridge. Well, you can't see the river on this camera. You can from where I'm sitting, a bit higher up though. I'm going to turn left just past the pedestrian traffic lights and at that junction, and come into the bridge car park there. Round we come, a little bit of rear brake, first gear, bring her in, and there's the bike car park on the left, and look, there's the space at the very beginning. So I'm just going to back her in to the car park space, and then I'll resume this just to say goodbye to you. Well, there you have her, the Tiger 900 GT Pro. Although there's a few bugs on the windshield, my own visor is pretty splat free, because the riser just lifts any bugs up and over. I've had a bit of a problem with the indicator menu, and I've had a bit of a problem with the Triumph Shift Assist, but they're being sorted under the warranty. So, just got to run with that really. She's a lovely bike, a very smooth ride. Very, very fond of her. Very good at manoeuvring, very good at corners, very good at slow manoeuvring in the car park. I recommend her. She's a lovely, lovely piece of Triumph. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to. Philip Head, I think I come under. Safe riding.